First come, first served. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And lastly, the early bird gets the worm. You might be asking, what do all of these phrases have in common? The answer is one thing: being first. Hello, my name is Michael Thompson Jr., and today for my business topic that relates to strategy, I'm going to be talking about the first mover advantage. By definition, the first mover advantage is having a competitive advantage by being the first in the market or the first in the area with a service or a product. Now, being first in the area means that you don't necessarily have a new service or product, but you're the first in the area to present a service, that specific service or product. For example, let's take a look at the company Dollar General. You might be seeing Dollar Generals pop up anywhere, everywhere, and in the middle of nowhere. Their strategy is actually quite brilliant. They're placing their stores in very rural areas where there may not necessarily be a gas station or even a store in the area for their consumers to shop in. This is smart because it means all of the local people have to flock to their stores to purchase their goods and services. They're the first in that area with little to no competition, so they have that advantage of obtaining the business of the local people. Now, being first in the market is essentially creating your own product or service with something that is practically unheard of or never been done before. Let's take a look at the TV show Shark Tank. Now, this show is full of young entrepreneurs who are trying to obtain that first mover advantage. They have created essentially a new product, service, or idea, and they're trying to market it to the sharks by letting them know this is a fresh new idea or a fresh new product, and they're hopefully there to obtain a deal. An example of being first to the market, not first to the area, but first to the market, would be the Ring Video Doorbell. Now, this is a product that you would place on the outside of your home or your apartment, and you could receive live video feed of maybe somebody pulling up to your place of residence or to see if any packages have truly been delivered. Now, you might think that the first mover advantage it seems like it has no downside at all. Why doesn't everybody do it? It seems like there are absolutely nothing negative about it. But that's not exactly true. There are some disadvantages to having the first mover advantage. Number one is competition. You might be the first in the area, but I guarantee you shortly thereafter, competition will follow. And they're going to try to steal the business that you are currently obtaining. You might even be the first in the market with your new product, service, or idea. But I guarantee you, people are going to try to mimic your idea and copy it. Another disadvantage of having that competition, so let's say you do have a new product. Another disadvantage of having that new product in that new market is the competition, because they could improve or perfect the current product that you have. They could do things in a different way the consumers might think is better, or they can do things entirely different, but it's still essentially your idea or your product. An example of this, there's three examples of this. Number one is Google. Google was not essentially the first search engine ever. They just became the most popular, the most widely used, and they perfected and they've continuously perfected on their products and ideas. Another one is Amazon. Amazon is not the first website to sell books online, but they are the most successful at selling their books online. So they overcame the first movers, and they now have that advantage. And lastly, Starbucks. And now, obviously, Starbucks is not the first coffee shop ever to exist, but because of popularity and word of mouth and the advantage that they have, they are now number one. Another disadvantage of the first mover advantage is that you're going to have to spend more time and money educating the public about what it is, about exactly who you are and what it is that you're exactly trying to do. Now, back to some of the advantages of the first mover advantage. One, you're the first to build some strong relationships. Now, this can be strong relationships with, let's say, your suppliers. And also, you can build strong relationships with your customers. This would be great for your brand recognition and customer loyalty. Let's go back to the Ring Video Doorbell. ADT, soon after they released, security home company ADT, soon after Ring came out, they began including video doorbells with their installation packages. But let's say the first mover advantage with Ring, let's say they built up great brand recognition and customer loyalty. There have been many customers who did not necessarily want to switch over. They're perfectly fine with the Ring video doorbell that they do indeed have now. Another advantage of the first mover advantage is you're the first to profit off of being that first in the new market or first in the area. Time may be great for a few months, maybe even a year or more. Things may be doing good, things may be going great, but you're going to have to continuously improve because competition will follow, and I guarantee you it will. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I've taught you about the first mover advantage. My name is Michael Thompson Jr., and have a good day.